Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloki Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Jnanatimirindasya Jnanjanashalakya Chakshurunmilitam येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामिनित्य नाम्ने नमः आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपाप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनित्य नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 12 चैप्टर 2 टेक्स्ट 4 लिंगम एवाश्रम ख्याताव अन्योन्यापत्ति कारणम अवृत्यान्याय दौर्बल्यम पांडित्ये चापलम वच। A person's spiritual position will be ascertained merely according to external symbols, and on that same basis, people will change from one spiritual order to the next. A person's propriety will be seriously questioned if he does not earn a good living, and one who is very clever at juggling words will be considered a learned scholar. Purport. The previous verse stated that in the age of Kali, the priestly class will be recognized by external symbols alone. And this verse extends the same principle to the other orders of society, namely the political or military class, the business or productive class, and finally the laborer or artisan class. Modern sociologists have demonstrated that in those societies, chiefly governed by the Protestant ethic, poverty is considered a sign of indolence, dirtiness, stupidity, immorality, and worthlessness. In a God conscious society, however, many persons voluntarily decide to dedicate their lives not to material acquisition, but rather to the pursuit of knowledge and spirituality. Thus, a preference for the simple and the austere may indicate intelligence, self control, and sensitivity to the higher purposes of life. Of course, in itself, poverty does not establish these virtues, but if it may sometimes be the result of them. In the Kali Yuga, however, this possibility is often forgotten. So only material success is given importance, and that's why Brahmanas are not considered important at all. They don't even respect them, or even sadhus, and they, because they feel they're just not making, they're not productive people in the society. Productive in the sense they are the most productive, but productive in terms of wealth generation. Intellectuality is another casualty of the bewildering age of Kali. Modern so-called philosophers and scientists have created a technical, esoteric terminology for each branch of learning. And when they give lectures, people consider them learned simply because of their ability to speak that which no one else can understand. In Western culture, the Greek sophists were among the first to systematically argue for rhetoric and efficiency above wisdom and purity. And sophistry certainly flourishes in the 20th century. Modern universities have very little wisdom, though they do possess a virtual infinity of technical data. Although many modern thinkers are fundamentally ignorant of the higher spiritual reality, they are, so to speak, good talkers, and most people don't notice their ignorance. So that's true. Most of the people, it is just whatever they talk very nicely, The greatest example of that was J. Krishnamurti. I don't know if he still has some followers, but those days in the 80s, 70s, he was a big hit. I mean, he was very popular, especially in all these pseudo intellectuals and rich people. They used to go and sit because nobody can understand what he spoke, but he will talk big in, using so many jargons, and they'd say, very nice, very nice. They come out, what did he say? I don't know, but something very nice. It's so elevated that very difficult to understand. So this is the kind of, I mean, in Kali Yuga, it is people just go by and external symbols, merely according to external symbols. And on that same basis, people will change from one spiritual order to the next. External symbols means what you're wearing. What you are inside doesn't matter. You're wearing whatever dress you're wearing, like a Brahmana or a sadhu or something, then they'll say, yeah, you're that. How can, I mean, anybody can wear a dress, but you have to talk to them and really see what is their lifestyle. So people fall victim to, they trust just based on external things. We see, even not forget about sadhus, even material world. How many women get cheated like anything on the internet? Somebody will say, "Ah, I will marry you," and then they agree. They haven't even met. On the internet is everything, and he's whatever they said, and then he'll say, "I want to send you a very expensive gift." And mostly he'll be from UK or one of those countries, and he'll say, "I want to send you a very, very expensive gift." So she'll be so flattered. And then what will happen? No, but then you have to pay a lot of customs duty. Now one person will call you, he will get it for you from the customs. You just pay him that money, and then she'll pay, and then after that, finished. The connection itself will be cut off. He will be not available in that number. Again and again and again, people keep on getting fooled like this and so many other ways. Why? Because they just superficially, you shouldn't trust. I mean, though in Satya Yuga and all that, you could take people for their word because they were genuine. I mean, everyone bothered more about internal things rather than external. Now, in the last 20, 30 years only, we see people give more importance to how people look, how they are dressed. They judge people based on dress. If you are if you're wearing Western clothes, then you must be very well educated. And if you wear Indian clothes, then maybe you're not so educated. This is there. Automatically, they'll think, simpleton, he won't know anything. So you see how just superficial. And also the same change from one spiritual order to the next, like um, everything's based on dread. I mean, even the work, politician or this thing, not actually following the principles behind it, just externally, okay, I'm doing my job. But the goal is not to do your job properly. The goal is how to extract, manipulate, and get maximum advantage for yourself in terms of either money or position or something favors. So that is people's this thing. Who is really doing their job very sincerely? What is this varna? Varna is given only because it affects your consciousness. So if you are a Vaishya, then this is how you will think, and it's allowed for Vaishyas to think of profits. That's allowed, but another Brahmana cannot think like that, or a Kshatriya cannot do think like that, but a Vaishya is allowed, or a so. But people just, I mean, they are not thinking in terms of something to make money. That's all. Some job, whatever it is, main this thing. So they don't follow all the rules of that varna. They are also supposed to lot of do good things. Vaishyas, okay, they are allowed to think of profits, but they're supposed to give a lot of charity also to the society. That I don't know if they may not follow that. So, and here he's talking about how People think that everyone should have lots of, I mean, this was not the case 30 years back, that people judge somebody by only by their money. In fact, people really gave more importance to their innate qualities, spiritual qualities, or if somebody was very honest, very truthful, very simple, and did a lot of social service, they were respected much more than just a crass, wealthy person who had the best of whatever and wore something. In fact, people looked down on that as mode of passion. Even when I was young, it was like that. Not so bad. I don't know. Suddenly, the whole system has changed so much. Everybody has got to dress in a particular way. Then only you live and respect them. I mean, this is nonsense. And so everybody has become really so shallow. Everything is just a make believe thing. I have to keep telling lies to project myself as something great. So, and nobody can just, okay, somebody wants a simple living for more spiritual values, then people don't allow. Everybody is caught up in that wheel. I have to earn this. Who told you? I mean, if you can manage yourself, you're happy. Then why do you have to go according to society's norms? That I have to do all these big, big things. I have to do branded things, and then only I'll be accepted in society. So it has become like that. And people just speaking some nonsense and happily hoodwinking, especially in spiritual this thing. Nobody knows what is spirituality. You can just, if you talk very nicely, put some, words, jargons, and or some Sanskrit words here and there, and you're able to confuse people nicely. Then you become very popular and famous. Anadyatai vasadutve sadutve dhamba eva tu स्वीकार एव चोढवाहे स्नानम एव
చెప్పమ్మా
prasadanam.
చెప్పిన కదా
Prabhu,
నిన్ననే.
a person will be judged unholy if he does not have money, and hypocrisy will be accepted as a virtue. Marriage will be arranged simply by verbal agreement, and a person will think he is fit to appear in public if he has merely taken a bath. The word Damba indicates a self righteous hypocrite, someone not so much concerned with being saintly as with appearing saintly. That is hypocrisy, right? Inside, whatever it may be. But outside, you have to tell the right things. Just pretend. Yeah, yeah, I also believe in this. I do this, I do that. Maybe you don't do. But that is hypocrisy. And uh, in the age of Kali, there is a rather large number of self righteous, hypocritical, religious fanatics claiming to have the only way, the only truth, and the only light. So, this we know it's more not so much with Hinduism as with the Abrahamic religions. In many Muslim countries, this mentality has resulted in brutal repression of religious freedom and thus destroyed the opportunity for enlightened spiritual dialectic. Fortunately, in much of the Western world, there is a system of free religious expression. Even in the West, however, self righteous hypocrites consider sincere and saintly followers of other disciplines to be heathens and devils. So, those who are a little conservative, I mean, they are hypocrites. They don't follow. One very important thing is how the church, they were making a big thing about, that all fathers, padres should all be celibate. Now, we don't have in Vaishnavism, you can get married also, and you can be a priest. You can even give, I mean, be a saint or whatever. You can. There is nothing that you have to be celibate. But they were saying that anybody who wants to stay in the church or chapel, they have to be celibate. And such hypocrisy, underneath, they discovered how much of illicit sex is happening. So that is hypocrisy. And But fortunately, at least they allow people to speak, not like the other religion. Even in the West, self righteous hypocrites consider, but then there are these people, self righteous hypocrites. They just want to pretend that they are very, elevated and above everyone. And they consider sincere and saintly followers of other disciplines to be heathens and devils. So that's why they opposed everywhere. When Prabhupada went, there was a lot of opposition from many Christians about the spread of Krishna consciousness. Western religious fanatics are usually addicted to many bad habits, such as smoking, drinking, sex, gambling, and animal slaughter. Imagine religious fanatics, and not they are, yeah, addicted to many bad habits. Although the followers of the Krishna consciousness movement strictly avoid illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, and animal killing, and although they dedicate their lives to the constant glorification of God, self righteous hypocrites claim that such strict austerity and devotion to God are tricks of the devil. Thus, the sinful are promoted as religious, and the saintly are decried as demoniac. So that's what I mean. That was the hypocrisy going on. They said church is everything and we are the pure this thing. And then so much of all these kind of illicit activities was going on. Mm. This pathetic incapacity to grasp the most rudimentary criteria of spirituality is a prominent symptom of Kali Yuga. Um, so that's the sinful are promoted as religious and the saintly are decried as demoniac. Even, I mean, in India, of course, it's not like that. But then there are always fanatics in every religion, and they may criticize, like, oh, in ISKCON, you don't see these casteist people. They don't follow anything. They're not really following their caste norms or anything. But then by birth, they will act that, we are a very superior caste and we will not eat food cooked by other people. And they look down on ISKCON also. They'll say, oh, they take everybody. And so we will not eat there. So that is hypocrisy. You don't follow anything. And then you think, you're very self righteous. And here are people who are showing all the good qualities, but you will not recognize them. But this basic thing, no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, is the fundamental, very, very basic criteria for spiritual progress. So even this, they're not able to grasp. And that is a prominent symptom of Kali Yuga. How many people keep on arguing? Why no meat? Why no onion? Why no garlic? Why no coffee? Why no tea? So they cannot understand why in this age, because they think whatever I feel like I should eat. God has created everything for our enjoyment. So they'll come up. There are astonishing number of people who believe this. In this age, the institution of marriage will degenerate. Indeed, already a marriage certificate is sometimes cynically rejected as a mere piece of paper, forgetting the spiritual purpose of marriage and misunderstanding sex to be the goal of family life. Lusty men and women directly engage in sexual affairs without the troublesome formalities and responsibilities of a legal relationship. That is very true nowadays, right? So many live in relationships. That's what they say. Oh, what is this use of marriage? It's just a piece of paper. Marriage is between us, some kind of, um, we want to live together. It's for our happiness. What is society? I mean, why should we bother about all these things? And forgetting the spiritual purpose of marriage and misunderstanding sex to be the goal of family life. Lusty men and women directly engage in sexual affairs without the troublesome formalities and responsibilities of a legal relationship. Such foolish people argue that sex is natural. But if sex is natural, pregnancy and childbirth are also equally natural. That they want to use artificial methods. Pregnancy is natural. Okay, then everything, childbirth is also natural. There they want to terminate it. And for the child, it is certainly natural to be raised by a loving father and mother, and in fact, to have the same father and mother throughout his life. That also keeps changing. Stepmother, stepfather. Psychological studies confirm that a child needs to be cared for by both his father and his mother, and thus it is obviously natural for sex to be accompanied by a permanent marriage arrangement. Hypocritical people justify unrestricted sex by saying it's natural, but to avoid the natural consequence of sex, pregnancy, they use contraceptives, which certainly do not grow on trees. Indeed, contraceptives are not at all natural. Thus, hypocrisy and foolishness abound in the age of Kali. The verse concludes by saying that people will neglect to ornament their bodies properly in the um, present age. A human being should decorate his body with various religious ornaments. Vaishnavas mark their bodies with tilaka, blessed with the holy name of God. But in this age of Kali, religious and even material formalities are thoughtlessly discarded. Hmm. So that is a lot of hypocrisy and fanaticism. And it's mentioned a person will be judged unholy if he does not have money, and hypocrisy. For example, even in choosing a groom, the if every all other good qualities the groom has, he's very nice. I mean, very good character, well educated, but he's got a simple job. Okay, it's like teaching or something. It's not a very paying job, so he's very simple lifestyle. How many people will choose him? Hardly, I don't know. We have to see some good souls. Maybe some devotees. I don't know. Devotees themselves want it. This also, that also. They want the groom to be very good also. Very good, kind, and all have good character. At the same time, everything must be there. He must be very well off. He must be well educated. And he should be very kind, everything. And materially also successful in, I mean, he should be very rich. In fact, but on the other hand, if he doesn't have any good qualities, but he is very rich, then they'll compromise. It's okay. He will change. They will have a big hope that because it doesn't matter to them, he can be anything. He's got a lot of money. No, that is the main criteria. But they will just cheat. I mean, I don't know. They'll think it's all fine because first of all, they themselves don't value those qualities so much. And if at all, even they do, they think that he's got a lot of money. That's the main attraction. A person will be judged unholy if he does not have money. And that is the reason people are happily doing beg, borrow, steal. How many youth are going and attacking ATM machines or, looting people and waiting to, uh, you know, cheat people and take money? Why? Because of this unnecessary, imposition, too much pressure on people to become very rich and show off. I mean, actually, the same people are going to envy you. If you have money, they'll be very envious of you. But if you don't have, they will ill treat you. So this is a very hypocrite again, a hypocrisy, isn't it? There. And hypocrisy will be accepted as virtue. If you're very honest, for example, if you're a government servant and you're very honest, you'll have just enough money. You're not going to have a lot of money. You can live a simple, decent life. But they're not happy because then People are not going to respect them. Oh, you don't have this. You are not going to have a destination wedding, and you don't have so many cars and all that. Then I don't want a relationship with you. Even relatives may think, why? You've got this nice position. Why can't you get me favors? What is the use? They'll openly attack them. And then what do they do? Okay, I'll try to take bribes. I'll be a little corrupt through all these methods, somehow try to, because there's so much pressure in society. Just thinking of enjoyment. I mean, shocking the way Kejriwal, how he could do all these things. Amazing how much greed he has just to sell your country. He is an agent of all CIA, Khalistan, with all these people he's got just for money. Really, it's shocking. And then he'll pretend also as if he's a very good, nice person who's so much concerned about Delhi. I'm your brother now, I'm your friend, and I did so many things, and everything just money making. That is his agenda. It's amazing. And all the foolish people of Delhi voted for him, not once, but twice. So this is what it's all hypocrisy. He will talk very nicely, do all nonsense, but just talk very sweetly. And people want to hear only that. Anybody, they'll believe that. So what to do? And hypocrisy will be accepted as a virtue. In fact, people say that you are too bola bala, Sida, you will not make it in life. Okay. But if you can talk very nicely, sugar coated, very diplomatic, and you can convince a lot of people, they'll think, see, really they think like that. This is not a, it's a fact among materialistic people. They say it is more important to be very skilled rather than just be a good person. Bola bala, what is the use of just being good? You should be very smart. Smartness is given more importance than being a good person. Right? In Kali Yuga, that is very much, I can see the difference even in the last 30 years. Those days, people used to glorify good people, good qualities. Now, do they see anything? They just see how smart you are, which university you're studying, what are your goals of, making, are you going abroad or here also? In the best of universities. If you're not in any of that, then you're a failure. How many children from Kota are committing suicide and they write a note, Papa, Mama, I'm sorry, I'm a failure. I cannot make it to IIT. So this is the kind of thing. And marriage will be arranged simply by verbal agreement. That's what, no marriage, just okay, let's live together, finished. And a person will think he's fit to appear in public if he has merely taken a bath. What does that mean? Even without bath, people are going. What is wrong if he just has a bath and go? Because after the bath, you have to put tilaka, you have to pray to God, then only you're fit. You have to purify your body and mind before. That is the complete bath. Bath means not just body washing. What about internal cleanliness? That also is bath. So in Vedic society, they believed in cleaning both your body and mind before coming. Then only you're clean. But nowadays, who mind? Nobody thinks about mind. Okay, body at least I'm bathing, you appreciate. So many people don't even bathe, they just put perfume and come. So this is how Kali Yuga has degraded itself. Um, so, and then is talking about how Islam is the highest example of hypocrisy. Everything is based on lies and hypocrisy, right from the Kaaba. It has got shriveling in that, and why they cannot accept it? Simply pretend, no, it's just another stone. It is a stone, it's something special, and we're going round and round. And nobody can open their mouth and say, why you're going around a stone? If it is only a stone, what is this? Why you're worshipping a stone if it's not special? What is inside the stone? You're going round and round the stone and everything you're looking at that and doing. And what is that stone? They'll not talk about that. Everything is simply pretending and pretending. There's so many examples. Um, so that's what hypocrisy. But at least he's saying, even Christianity, as we talked about hypocrisy, but at least in the Western world, you can open your mouth and criticize about anybody, anything. And they also, okay, some amount of religious freedom is given. That is how ISKCON is able to preach openly. Whereas in the Gulf countries and all, you have to be underground and do it because they don't allow. Imagine, you cannot worship your God. I mean, there is only one God, but your method. In Saudi and all, it used to be so bad. One person, he had, what is that photo, I think, of God or something. Or if you're wearing this thing, I mean, yeah, in the newspapers, if there is any photo of God or temple or something, they'll black it out. And uh, if you have any such thing in your suitcase when you're going, then I don't know whether they used to blacklist, but it will be taken away and destroyed. And they'll keep coming and entering your house and checking if you have an altar, deity worship. That is the kind of people they were. But now they're opening up, thanks to advice of whom? Modi ji evenly went and told, see, if you are all fanatic like this, it's going to backfire on you, because all these terrorists are getting, all these people, they're becoming terrorists. Hatred of other religion. Kill them, kill them. And now Ramzan has started. Kill, if you kill, then maybe you'll go faster to heaven and enjoy. So all this, and not only that, these terrorists are again going to attack you, which is what is happening. All the leaders face the threat from their own religious people who are terrorists. So Modi very intelligently advise them for their own benefit how it is bad to be fanatic, religiously intolerant, and then it's going to come back on them. So at least they intelligently accepted his wise words. That is Krishna's mercy, how he gave them intelligence to accept his words. And Modi is the complete fearless person. Everywhere he will speak the truth, not attached to results, just say what he has to say. So they respect him, so much respect. Not only in all these matters, in other matters also, how he's changed India, transformed India. So they consult him for every thing. So that is I mean, we see that hypocrisy, and only Sanatan Dharma, no hypocrisy, right? They made it like that. Everything is packaged. What is Diwali? Simply just buy some lights. It's all about yourself. They never talk about God. Hypocrisy. What festival is this? Simply go and buy clothes for yourself and your family and your friends, and just sweets, sweets, and just bursting crackers. They will call it religious. Oh, it is a fundamental thing to burn crackers because it's there in our religion. Only that you do. And what is that? Where does it say whole day you have to be bursting crackers? Just a little bit to celebrate Rama's coming. That's all. But this is your sense gratification, and there is no going to temple worshipping or actually light lamps and ask for Rama to come in simply as a ritual, just light lamps finished. But at least, yeah, so at least Diwali, one thing they do is they clean the house, and then there is Lakshmi Puja and all among North Indians. It is there. But um, the how they're packaging it, people just are forced to, just buy things and just have a very superficial kind of, hardly anything religious. So there is hypocrisy everywhere. But ours can be rectified. It's not so, because the religion itself is perfect. And not only that, there are still some sincere people who are following the pure path, because we keep getting So many new prophets were constantly coming. Sanatan Dharma. God Himself keeps coming. He just came 500 years ago to purify our religion. Does it happen in those two Abrahamic religions? New prophets coming and trying to purify and rectify and make it more, yeah, something in between. It happened a few in the Middle Ages. After that, nothing. So that is why our Sanatan Dharma, even though there is lot of degradation, it's still pure form is available. Um, okay, so an institution of marriage will degenerate, forgetting the spiritual purpose of marriage and misunderstanding sex to be the goal of family life. Lusty men and women directly engage in sexual affairs without the troublesome formalities and responsibilities of a legal relationship. That is what they are. That is why the youth think no need of marriage. Why marriage? It is just a mind, it's a kind of a, I mean, that is how Muslim marriage is considered to be. It's just a social contract. You enter into a contract that we will be together for, that's it. And anytime it can be broken. That's why, because there's no other goal. And the modern youth are also thinking like that. What's the purpose? It is simply for my pleasure. Why other people should be interested and poke their nose in my pleasure? Who are they? So I don't need to follow anything. It's my pleasure, it's my life. I'll do whatever I want. But if you realize it's a spiritual goal behind it, you're supposed to do so many things for the good of society, for the to please God, and ultimately to become liberated. That is the purpose of marriage. And they don't think like that. So that is why all these degeneration has happened. दूरे वारी अयनं तीर्थं लावण्यं केशधारणम् उदरं भरता स्वार्थ सत्यत्वे दाष्ट्रयम् एव हि. A sacred place will be taken to consist of no more than a reservoir of water located at a distance, and beauty will be thought to depend on one's hairstyle. Filling the belly will become the goal of life, and one who's audacious will be accepted as truthful. He who can maintain a family will be regarded as an expert man, and the principles of religion will be observed only for the sake of reputation. In India, there are many sacred places through which holy rivers flow. Foolish persons eagerly seek redemption from their sins by bathing in these rivers, but do not take the instruction from learned devotees of the Lord who reside in such places. One should go to a holy place seeking spiritual enlightenment and not just for ritualistic bathing. Some people feel, I'm going to all Tirtha Yatras, I will just go and bathe over there or whatever, do that. But most important is spiritual purification or getting knowledge. That is why in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who introduced that in Kali Yuga, nobody is going to be interested in spiritual life. They are not going to go looking for holy man, please give me knowledge. So he himself started going. Imagine God himself is canvassing to everyone. Please come back to me. Please come back to me. I put a straw in my teeth and beg you. Imagine. This is height of degradation that God himself has to come and beg us. Nityananda Prabhu used to go on his knees. Please chant name of Krishna. You can, if you chant Hare Krishna, you can purchase me. So this is how much pleading you have to do. And that was 500 years ago. And so most of the people said, okay, we will do it. They were very touched by his humility. But today, it's, you know, very difficult. They will, you, most of the time we have to be ready to face insults. Nityananda Prabhu also faced. Imagine God himself. He has to cheapen himself so much. Then he comes and begs, and then they just close the door and say, hey, you're just a dacoit spy. This is the degradation, total foolishness. But because of that movement started by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and in our Gaudiya Parampara and Prabhupada promoting it. So anybody who goes to ISKCON temple will not simply go there. I mean, should not. Some temples are more active, some less. But the main thing is you should not think, okay, let them come and go. But how can I benefit them? They've all sent by Krishna. Let me give them more knowledge, education, facilities, and train them how to worship God, increase their faith. That is the kind of mindset we should have, and all of us, because that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Yare de katare kaha Krishna upadesh, amar agnay, guru hoy, taro ye desh. This is something very fantastic, very revolutionary. Normally, holy men will be sitting quietly somewhere, and people have to go and find them. Some people did, many people did before. Nowadays, nobody does. They think, what are these sadhus? And they will give one philosophy. They'll say, bogus. These some sadhus are bogus, so they'll say all sadhus are bogus. I don't believe in this. Bagal mein churi Ram ka naam. You know what? They're all crooked. Simply they're chanting. So they'll make a philosophy by which they can look down on them and neglect them, and then go on with your sense gratification. So holy places are not simply meant to be visited, but one must want to purify oneself by getting knowledge. One should not. In this age, people tirelessly arrange their hair in different styles, trying to enhance their facial beauty and sexuality. They do not know that actual beauty comes from within the heart, from the soul, and that only a person who's pure is truly attractive. As the difficulties of this age increase, so that is a fact. How much now men also have so many beauty salons. Before, only it was considered only ladies go to beauty salons.
నాకు మీరు కనిపించలేదు రేపు చెప్పండి నన్ను పలకరించలేదు నేను చూడలే నేను ఎవరితో
And mostly, what was people, Vedic times, what did they do? They shaved their head and put shika. So there is no question of beauty salon and all that. But okay, afterwards, it was thinking, let's just go to an ordinary this thing for haircut. But now, Lavanya Kesha Dharanam, especially for men, long hair is considered to be beautiful. Women are getting it shorter and shorter. Men are growing longer and longer. So that is, but anyway, they think only the hair is the beauty. But beauty is actually the more internal beauty is actually the source of beauty, because soul is what is attractive. We are the soul. And people used to see spiritual beauty before. Now, does anyone see any spiritual beauty? They only see according to how the standard, how are you groomed, the latest hairstyles. You have to do that, and you have to wear the latest kind of dresses. Then you're very beautiful. So that's what they do not know that actual beauty comes from within the heart, from the soul. So those who have daughters and all that, they will start making them somehow, put them into a regime of beauty, making them fair and beautiful and all that. Instead, if you give Krishna consciousness, they will look so beautiful, right? We know anybody who's very Krishna conscious, they are very attractive. No, children also. That is real beauty. If you just see skin color, and that is really gross. Only those who think I'm this body and just about sense gratification, then you'll only see all that. What is your color? What is your height? What is your this? What about their inner person? You're going to live with that person, not their color. For how long? If maybe for some time, color is very attractive. Then, so that's why marriages don't last, because people only see external things. Very beautiful. How much bank balance? Okay, fine. Let's get married. And then finished. After that, after some time, because the soul is not developed, how you can get it, how will they be nice? And As the difficulties of this age increase, filling one's belly will be the mark of success. And one who can maintain his own family will be considered brilliant in economic affairs. Yeah, everything is so tough. One build one house and have a car and something that itself is considered, okay, I'm very successful. Religion will be practiced, if at all, only for the sake of reputation and without any essential understanding of the supreme personality of Godhead. Just following rituals, just wearing religious dresses, and so on, and talking some mumbo jumbo. I mean, okay, talking like a religious person. Prabhupada used to ask, yeah, but without any essential understanding of the supreme personality of Godhead, the kind of emphasis Prabhupada gives all the time, focus on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything should be done for His pleasure. And who is He? So much discussion about His qualities, about His name, fame, how much it is focused. We are very, very fortunate. I don't know how. It is just mercy that we came across this, by which we have the essence of religion. Most other people are confused. They're totally confused. What is religion? What is the truth? What is the purpose of life? They don't know. So they have up to a particular point, they know something, and then they hold on to rituals because that is all they know. They don't know anything in depth. So they'll fight over external things. Like in Sri Vaishnavism, they're fighting between Tengale and Vadagale. Like, okay, the basic understanding, philosophy is also different, but most people don't know what is the belief system which made them separate. Actually, it is based on something very fundamental. Whereas, whereas the Tengalais think that surrender is everything. No, means you just surrender to God, then it's up to God to take you back. Once only if you surrender, and that's it. Then you can continue being whatever you are, and it's God's responsibility to take you back. And the other, Vadakalai says, no, no, you have to. They say that you have to. No, you have to also do, I think. So, what? Oh, Acha, Vadagalai think that you only have to do all the effort and Krishna will do nothing. So it is like, extremes. So fundamentally, it's a change, a difference in the philosophy. But what do the people think? They don't know all the philosophy. They are thinking, oh, Tengalai means they wear tilaka without the thing going down, and the Vadagalais, it will go down a bit. So for this, they'll keep and fight over external things, and they won't get marriage. Marriage will strictly be prevented between Vadagale and Tengale because of such superficial differences. Imagine. So there's something they might chant this way, and the other person might chant something other way. All external things. They're not about the philosophy. At least if you fight something, you can say, okay, they're very serious about wanting to know the truth. They don't want to know any of those things, external things. So all this is already predicted. Filling one's belly will be the mark of success, right? That is why beg, borrow, steal, and they don't mind also. If somebody is very corrupt, they don't mind because he's got a lot of money, and they don't mind marrying their daughters also into such families because she will live very happily, very comfortably. That's why all these people don't mind. I mean, in the fence sitters, who they're not very idealistic, they're not very bad also, but they see that, people accept you. Even if you're corrupt, there are always some people who will root for you. Like Kejriwal, there are people backing him, right? All the corrupt people, he's got quite a big following of corrupt people who think he's very good. What he did was nothing wrong. So that's how emboldened Kali Yuga is really like that. And it says, as the earth thus becomes crowded with a corrupt population, whoever among any of the social classes shows himself to be the strongest will gain political power. That's how it was in our country all these years. And may Modi ji have a very long life, and may his followers keep on continuing the thing. And because of him, all these corrupt people, one after the other, being caught. And he has created this mood of work hard and earn money. You want money? Why you want to steal from others? You work hard. He is not against making money. He says you work hard and do properly, and do it also with a, you know, a social goal to benefit others also. And then that's it. You'll be happy. Why do you have to cut corners and take bribes and, do all this corruption? And then completely forget about the well-being of people. Just, I want to make money. So, okay, give it to a contractor who will cheat, who will put all inferior stuff. Doesn't matter. People are only suffering now. What does it matter? I've got enough money and I can enjoy. Nobody will know, but no, all my friends are there in nice places. I've also pleased them. So I will not get caught. And this was the mentality all these years, and now it is changing. And I hope really truth will start flourishing again, and everybody stops being a hypocrite. And we also have to a lot to preach, and we have to be ideal ourselves and be role models for them. Simply you tell everything, and we also, it's okay, we are chanting Hare Krishna. Doesn't matter if you cheat a little here and there. Exams also you can cheat. That's okay. And money, little bribes. Anyway, I'm chanting Hare Krishna. So it doesn't matter. Then how will people have any respect? How will they change? But if you show by a practical thing that we do what we speak, we follow what we are preaching, then definitely we can bring about, more and more people, because of Modi's is bringing that culture. So we also should do that. Okay, Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Any questions? Comments?
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisance.
Let us go for prayers.
Rupmai Mataji has some question. I think she.
Rupmai Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisance.
Please accept my humble obeisance.
Mataji, you are telling the Islamic religion is full of hypocrisy and all. But Mataji, they are so particular about the prayers and all. See, every day they pray for that 5 times. Then Friday, all the people pray. The other day, there was an examiner who had come to our college. Because it was Friday, she asked for a room to pray in the afternoon. So still they are.
I'm not saying there are no genuine people. There are very nice, genuine Muslims also, and who are praying. But how many of them actually pray? They just see all external things. I'll wear a hijab. I will wear this. All external things they'll fight over. And okay, there may be some. That's what Prabhupada said. If you follow the tenets of Islam, even it's not a perfect religion. Even the Quran is not perfect. It's got many faults. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Chaitanya Charitamrita itself is mentioned. It is not a perfect religion, not like Sanatan Dharma. Krishna himself has given it. There only ordinary man has given, okay, something is a man, a religious person has given it. So if they follow that, they will make progress. And he said up to Maharloka they can go. So definitely there is a lot of good in Islam. I'm not saying it's not like that. But they are saying that within that religion, within the Quran, there's a lot of hatred towards non-Muslims. Heathens, kill them. Well, so it's promoting that also.
Okay, Mataji.
And
Actually,
the hypocrisy is in frightening people. Some people don't want to follow. In Hinduism, we are open. Okay, you don't want to follow, don't pretend you're following. And no, we don't pressurize someone. You have to do, otherwise I'll chop off your head. No threats, no thing. It's your choice. You want to do, you do. If you don't want to do, you don't do. We give them freedom. They don't give freedom. They're all treated like sheep. You better follow, otherwise we'll chop you up. And so out of terror, they're following. What kind of following is that? No, there may be genuinely devout Muslims who pray. I don't deny that. Everywhere there are good people. But there is a lot of hypocrisy in that. And that is, they also kill other people and all that. There's a lot. Wherever Muslims are there, maybe they're a small percentage of the total Muslim population, but they are so horrible that they definitely, and these people are not protesting now. They can say, hey, don't do this, because they're so afraid. If they open their mouth in one word, they won't live anymore. So that is the kind of religion, isn't it? So much hypocrisy in that. Good is also there, but there's so much of hypocrisy. And how can you keep quiet? How can you say I'm very devout person of God when you allow your people to murder other people on this thing of religion? Will you keep? I mean, we should not suppose our people, and we don't. Hindus are not fanatic like that. Suppose they go murdering other people, saying, "Oh, even Muslims, they just simply unjustly kept murdering them." All Hindus will protest, isn't it? Because we know that is not any religion which promotes this kind of hatred. It's not correct. I mean, our religion doesn't say like that. It's only even asuras have to be killed only after sanction by Krishna. Krishna personally comes to kill asuras mostly. Or if the asuras have to be killed, he himself arranges. Devotees don't go about planning, let's go kill all asuras. We don't do that. We are not allowed to do that. Whereas they say they make it as a religious zeal to kill all non-Muslims. Now, who gives you the right to take another person's life? God does not. So, if you are really devout, then you must question. No, there is no room for questioning even. You can't open your mouth. What is that? What kind of truth is that? Simply put one blind blinkers and just do rituals. That's all. You sit there. What understanding you have of God? When you eat all meat and then you murder all people, what intelligence will you have? Isn't it?
Thank you, Mataji. Actually, I had this doubt only that everyone says they pray regularly, all that, people generally in society, they keep praising their schedule of prayer. So, but I was wondering like what fruit they will get because their religion is so hypocritic, then what the fruit they'll get. But now it is very clear, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Now we can
Yeah,
also.
that's why they will not get the ultimate fruit. Something they see, because of doing that, Muhammad told them that you follow all the rituals I've given you, you will get great wealth. He predicted to them. And so, likewise, I don't know, they started following and all this oil. Only in Muslim countries, they got all the oil. So, they got some material benefit, but not spiritual advancement. A material benefit they got everywhere. All Muslim countries got oil, and that's it. They got all money. Other than that, what they've got?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. It's very clear. Thank you, Mataji.
Huh?
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji,
please.
really, I agree with you, Mataji, because, there is one teacher in our school. See, when she joined, she needed a job. So she was asking me, like, ma'am, please, I need a job. I need a job. And I said, like, in our school, she's a Muslim, Mataji. I told her, in our school, that you need to say Hare Krishna and you need to teach Sanskrit sloka. I said to her. She said, okay, I'm ready to teach. I'm ready to say Hare Krishna also, she said. So because of her situation, I understood and I gave a job, Mataji. So after 4 months, now after 4 months, she's telling me, "Oh no, I cannot take Hare Krishna, your Lord name. I cannot take." She was saying, and she was saying, "Why you cannot take when you are taking your Lord's name? Then why you are not able to take a simple Hare Krishna? Just you are doing your duty. That's all." What is there, what's harm in saying Hare Krishna to the children? Because you need to teach that sloka at least. So she was like, no, some kind of a vibration is going on in my body, so I cannot take. See,
which
Mataji,
is
if you have a pure devotion, so if you take any God's name also, we will feel happy, pleasure, right, Mataji?
yeah, they don't want that, nah.
Hmm.
They are afraid. They won't eat prasadam. They're afraid that they'll become devotees, they'll become transformed. But the good news is a lot of Muslim youth are becoming ex-Muslims. So many people. Even Disha shared with me that some Muslims are taking books from her, Bhagavad Gita. So they are, because naturally, because they are getting educated and they see what is this, our religion, all the time, generating all these terrorists and killing people. Everywhere, killing is only by them. So naturally, they will feel, disgust. So many people are becoming ex-Muslims. So very nice. We have to give them lot of, so don't feel shy to approach a Muslim. Who knows? He might be an ex-Muslim, especially Muslim youth. They are more, I mean, not the ISIS kind, but so I don't know. Somehow we have to say, oh, you don't have to inquire, are they Muslim particularly? Who knows? They may be Muslims and they may take. This time I saw when we were going for Nagar Kirtan, Rath Yatra, there were many Muslim shops and they took prasadam. Some of them declined, but there were many who took. That means their, I don't know, attitudes may be changing. And I don't know, even this voting and all that, why they vote like this, they're not getting any benefit. No, but there are people who give a lot of money to them. Money, 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 yes. Other than that, no benefit. But that's what, they are not educated properly. Some of them may be very intelligent and they're really looking for truth. And there must be many intelligent Muslims also. Every society, every community has got all these four types: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. They might be intellectual Muslims, but they are so spineless. They cannot open their mouth because they'll get bludgeoned. The minute you say something, and especially you cannot criticize. If you open your mouth, you will be finished. So in that kind of, I mean, it's horrible. Only because we have sinned a lot, then you'll be born Muslim. And it's mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also. That is of a sinful birth only, being married, born a Muslim. Because it's against Sanatan Dharma completely. You go left way for Pradakshina, they'll go right way. A Hindu will spit from the house. If he's sitting on the doorstep, he'll spit outside, right? The Muslim will spit into the house. So like this, I don't know. Huh? So it I don't know. It's very, somebody should do a research and find out origin of Islam. It must have originated from India only, because all Vedic knowledge, wherever any knowledge in any part in the Bhagavatam, it is mentioned in the purports or in the verse, that any knowledge you find in any part of the world, it is all coming from Vedas originally. It might be a little modified a bit and all, but origin root is from Vedas. There is nothing which has come other than Veda. So Muhammad definitely has gone from India only. Impossible that any knowledge or religion can come from somewhere else without Vedas. That again, hypocrisy. All lies they will talk about. Muhammad actually, he had many, or his wife was a small girl or something like that. He had many women, all that. They'll try to hide that. That is hypocrisy, no? Whatever he did, whatever is mentioned, you mention. And still, if you have faith in him, have faith. Why should you tell lies and say, no, no, you must not say, then my faith will be disturbed. Don't talk about it. That's another hypocrisy. Whatever is the truth, why don't you mention? So like that, there are so many loopholes. But also, I think the theory must be true that one Brahmana, somebody who's degraded Brahmana from India, he took a shivling with him and he thought, I will start my own religion because all the Brahmanas here must have opposed him. So he packed his bags and went there, and that's where he put that shivling there, the Kaaba, and everything, whatever in Sanatan Dharma is there, opposite, he made a ritual. Who knows? It might be true. And
It's in the
that,
scripture, Mataji. His name is mentioned in one of the. I'll find that out. Somebody sent long back actually that it was a prediction in our scripture that he will come. Muhammad will come.
uh-huh.
It's
And
mentioned
what did he
somewhere.
do?
Those details I don't know, Mataji, but somebody sent that he will come. So that prediction they talked about, saying that Sanatan Dharma is predicted that he will come. I'll find out and come back to you from where it was coming.
Yeah, just like Jainism is predicted, like that, maybe Islam also. Even Jesus, I think, is predicted in the Bhagavatam. Not sure, I don't remember. But yeah, who knows? Then it'll be very interesting. We should find out what else is mentioned. Is he going from India? Took some tulasi also. He must have taken, because in Muscat there were just so many tulsi plants just growing in the wild. I don't know. Maybe how did it happen? Or maybe because of trade between Oman and India, business links. Because of that, I don't know. But this Muhammad definitely took the shivling there. How else will shivling appear there? And imagine, they don't even want to acknowledge. Why do they want to hide? No, it's not the shivling. It's not shivling. If it is a shivling, acknowledge it's shivling. Why should you pretend? See, this is what their DNA is so often telling lies and hypocrisy. Truth is there, but you want to cover and say something else. What kind of religion is that? You don't want to accept something which is the truth. You're afraid to face the truth. What is that religion?
Mataji, this Javed Akhtar, who is the prominent personality in Bollywood, he was Rajya
Who?
Sabha member. Javed Akhtar.
Ah.
So openly he said, I will say Jai Shri Ram. You do whatever you want me to do. Public forum, he said he will say Jai Shri Ram. And he said recently that the Muslims in India are existing because of Hindus' tolerance, patience, and forgiveness. So all credit goes to Hindu. And then it was his last farewell speech, I think, in Rajya Sabha. And he says, I will say 1,000,000 times Jai Shri Ram. Do whatever you want me to do.
That's good. That's what. More and more people should become bold.
Hare Krishna, please understand.
Then,
Mataji, he's like a chameleon, Mataji. So many times he did anti-Hindu, and now suddenly, because of Modi or
that's
something,
true.
suddenly he became changed. And nowadays we are hearing about him. Otherwise, he so many anti-Hindu remarks he used to make, right, Mataji? But it's all
it's
good.
good
At least,
only now.
yeah,
More
it's a good
Muslim, whatever may be his motivation. What?
Yes, Mataji, it's good. At least somehow he really changed, or for some reason, something he's that interview was very good, Mataji. Means that time what he said and it was very good, Mataji. What is the motive? We don't know. But
I maybe motivated,
Yeah,
or maybe
one
he had a
lady's
change.
interview I also heard. Maybe same lady. She's saying she Quran read and some holy rivers she read, and she started to search from this Sanatana Dharma only. Everything came, so that she surrendered. She is not ready to change religious or something. She is doing namas, everything, but she is visiting all pilgrimage places. And she is telling Sanatana Dharma only first, then only all religious came. She is confessing. Anyway, Mataji, Satya Yuga will come. These are all those things will go, and only Sanatana Dharma will come.
Yes, very soon. All these, as it is, they are on the wane, and all these Abrahamic religions, they will stop existing, and Sanatan Dharma, that is the prediction also, and we can see, we can believe that.
Mataji, just want to share one more thing, Mataji. Mataji, there is a series of English thing, Mataji, young children. Children mostly watch, Mataji. My younger one keep watching that, Mataji. It's very famous now. Young children, and he's a scientist and all. Like that, Mataji, child scientist. And yesterday she was asking my younger one, just watch with me sometime. Just I was sitting there, and he was reading a comic, and his mother saw that it's full of violence and nudity and all. And she became so angry, and she was arguing with her son, like that Sheldon. Why are you like reading this kind of comics and all like that? She's shouting. Then he said, you should not read violence and nudity. He was asking. She said, no, no, you should never do that. Then immediately he opened a Bible and he was showing her. See, then why are you all asking me to read? It is full of nudity and violence. Like that, he was asking. Then she told, no, you should not talk like that. And she was telling, you are not supposed to talk like that. It's a holy book, she was telling. Then he said, like, I don't accept it because it's more in this than that comic books and all like that, he was telling. So I felt good much actually.
Yeah, they also hide a lot of things. They become very disturbed. See, only in Hinduism you can ask everything openly. Arjuna coolly questioned Krishna himself. How you're saying like that? So that is the kind of freedom and openness in our religion. What? Okay. Just imagine, we can question God himself. Please tell us why like this. They open their mouth and ask things. Just shut up and follow whatever, whether you understand or not. So, yeah, okay, we'll go for prayers now.
Mataji, one Maharaj or somebody came in Abu Dhabi. The people, devotees are asked, these are all holy books or what? Actually, not from Vaigunda or Goloka or from Krishna, it is not came. It is maybe Sorgaloka or somewhere else they have desire. So Krishna allowed. Actually, Bhagavatam, Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, something like that, this Ramayanam only the holy books, he said.
Yes, God himself comes now. Veda Vyas is what? Even to write it.
That is Veda Vyasa only we will accept, he said.
What?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mata, we can hear you.
Yeah. He said Veda Vyasa. Veda Vyasa.
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah, Veda Vyasa's books, writings only we will believe. That's all he said. This Quran and Bible not wrote by Veda Vyasa, na? Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah, one Maharaj in Awadhar came. So devotees asked, these are all holy books or this is considering Vedas. Then he said, it maybe came from Sorgaloka or some other devotees desire. So Krishna may be sanctioned, that's all, not directly his wish or his desire. All scriptures he only revealed through Veda Vyasa, and Veda Vyasa is incarnation. Like that he said.
Maybe Devatas.
Hare Krishna.
They're really fallen. So
yeah.
Be illiterate. I don't know. That's why we don't know the truth.